Hello everybody, this is your boy, the Green Talents, coming to you with a video that I have to speak on something quite urgently. I was just looking at ESPN or might have been NFL Network. I think NFL Network. I think that's what it was, and they were talking about some of the top players on defense in this game against the Miami Dolphins against the I think that's the Panthers, I believe. They ain't the Panthers. I know the Miami Dolphins for sure, but they were talking about defense, and they were basically talking about linebackers, and now that's what I really want to get into, to talk about specifically linebackers, because the Eagles got three linebackers: Davian Taylor, T.J. Edwards, and Al Singleton. Those are our three starting linebackers currently on this roster, and they are the ones that do the best that they can about against making tackles. In my video that I also made, I stated that the Eagles front four does not get pressure on opposing quarterbacks and running backs out of the backfield or behind the line of scrimmage to make a tackle for loss. Uh, the Eagles have not been able to do that in the last two of. Let's see. This is three and six, 6, 7, 8, 9. Two of the last 9 games. Well, yeah, two of the last 9 games, I believe. I think I got that correct. Two of the last 7, 8, 9. Yeah, two of the last 9 games the Eagles have played currently, and in those 6 games that we have lost, the Eagles have not got no pressure on opposing quarterbacks and running backs out of the backfield. The 3 games that they won and where they actually got pressure, and you know why? Because those were teams with losing records, like I keep stating in every video. Um, the winning team that we have played, we have not blitzed, have not got pressure, no knockdowns, no hits, no nothing on the quarterback or the running back. It's always been the tackles behind after the line of scrimmage has been ran. If a quarterback runs 5 yards for first down or the running back gains extra yards for first down, we have not been able to make tackles behind the scrimmage to actually stop these players from getting these extra yards for first downs or or 2nd and 3, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 10, kind of like that. We have not been able to do that. And you know why? Because we do not got any linebackers that can actually blitz off the line because of Jonathan Gannon's scheme. His scheme is to play these soft zone coverages that the opposing quarterbacks have been able to pass for 200 or 300 yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns per game. And the Eagles have allowed so far, if I can think about it, probably 25 touchdowns in this game. This season alone, we allowed that many touchdowns, and because of the zone coverage that we keep playing, is the reason why we keep losing games. Because Gannon has not been able to adjust after the second half of the game is over. He keeps the same coverages day in, day out, week in, week out, game in, game out. He keeps the same coverages, and he has not changed since then. And that's one of the reasons why we keep losing games. Our cornerbacks are also sitting in zone coverage. They got to wait for the wide receiver to come 5 yards downfield for them to even make a play on the ball. And it shouldn't have to be that way, because the Eagles have constantly got beat by wide receivers getting first down because they are late getting to the ball. And so when that happens, that's how offenses win. That's how offenses put up points. If we were able to get a pass rush in the backfield, tackling the quarterback, tackling the wide receiver, or tackling the running back, whichever offensive play that's being called by the opposing offense. When you get plays and tackles like that, you make plays. You stop the quarterbacks all 3 plays on first, second, third downs. When fourth and long come along, then you know they're getting off the field and they're going to pump the ball back to you. The Eagles have not been able to do that, and that's where it actually hurts. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. Um, it is such a pathetic shame that we have not been able to get this done or get this corrected before games even begin. And it sickens me to actually make a video on this, but I have to do it because when I see other teams with decent linebackers, all pros, Pro Bowl linebackers, weak side, strong side, middle, or in the 3-4, two middle linebackers, one outside, one outside, one inside linebacker, and however a 3-4 is situated on the line of scrimmage. We have not been able to get premier linebackers. The last premier linebacker we had was Jordan Hicks, or you can go as far as Kendricks, Lamar Kendricks, and you can also go as far as Jeremiah Trotter. Now, Trotter was our last Pro Bowl linebacker. Second to best, one of the best linebackers he's ever had in history. But then, see, if you go as far back to the era of Jeremiah Trotter when he was drafted, y'all gotta forget, y'all gotta remember, Trotter was drafted by Ray Rhodes in 1997. The year he was drafted. He was playing on special teams in the first 2 years of the NFL when Andy Reid came to the NFL or came to become the Eagles head coach. And when he brought in Jim Johnson orchestrated plays around Trotter, and he orchestrated plays around Brian Dawkins, and he also made sure that the cornerbacks that we've had. The Eagles have had 4 decent cornerbacks. You can go back at Taylor. You can go back as I can forget that boy on the opposite side of Taylor. But then we had Edo Shepherd and we had Sheldon Brown. So if you think about those 4 cornerbacks that we had, but before those guys we had Eric Allen, and we had another cornerback opposite Eric Allen, along with my one on the hard-hitting Andre Waters. So if you think about going as far as that, if you go that far back and bring it back to now, you don't see no premier linebackers. You don't see no top corners as far as Slay, who have been getting beat game in and game out because of the coverage that we constantly play. And every time you see Slay, you feel sorry for him because of the coverage that we're constantly employing, and they're not trying to change or adjust the coverages at the front 4, along with the linebackers and along with the cornerbacks and things that we have currently on this roster. So it's so many things in this zone coverage that I really hate, and if you take it back to Jim Short's defense, now, even though Jim Shorts had the thick defense, we were still able to make tackles for losses on wide receivers and able to get in the backfield with just the front 4 and the linebackers that we had in coverage. So that's what you think about. But to even bring up Jim Shorts' name disgusts me, because Jonathan Gannon, in such a way, has this hard-headed mentality that he's not trying to adjust or trying to correct the mistakes on our defense. And that's why we constantly get beat. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of seeing our corner sitting back in zone coverages getting beat deep with the 9 and 10-yard plays or 15-yard plays for first downs. It's like the quarterback gets chunks of yards. The running game gets chunks of yards, because by the time the defensive front 4 try to make a tackle for loss, the running back is already gone for 9, 10 yards for first down. They're constantly getting chunks of yards on the ground and getting chunks of yards in the air. And it's crazy to even think this and to consider this, because it's bad. It's really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? So this game coming up this Sunday against the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos currently stands at 5-4. They are a winning team. The Eagles are 0-6 against winning teams with winning records or winning streaks. We currently stands below that. The Eagles are 0-4 at home. No home game, no home wins, all losses. And we are, let me see, 4-5. Yeah, we got five. We lost 5 road games. 5 road games. No, four. I'm sorry, 4 road. 4 road games. 4 home games. And the wins that we have are wins. So we three. So you could say we 3-4, 3-4 on the road. Cause those 3 wins were road games. So we 3-4 on the road, 0-4 at home. That's one of the most ridiculous, horrible statistics ever. We are on pace to set records low in NFL history or in Eagles history on defense. The offense is finally coming around. They are actually running the football, and they're giving Hurts some protection in the backfield where he can actually complete balls for first downs or run for first downs. So the Eagles have finally found their identity on offense. It's the defense that's a question, and it's a mental breakdown of these horrible zone coverages, soft zone coverage that we currently play. So the Eagle fan base, have been calling for Jonathan Gannon's head since the LA the Las Vegas Raiders game. We've been calling for his head after that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you beat Detroit, then you go. If you beat Detroit in Detroit, and then you go to play the Raiders in Philadelphia and lose in Philadelphia, and you play the same pathetic scheme on defense, you allow quarterback to throw for 200 or 300 plus yards in the air, 1, 2, or 3 touchdowns, and the Eagles only have 3 interceptions this season. 3 interceptions. Clay has 2, and the other cornerback, I can't think of that boy's name, but he has 1. That's 3 picks. That's an all-time low. Last year, the Eagles had 7 or 8 picks last year, I believe. I could be wrong on that statistic, but that's bad when you have less than 5 interceptions. Every other team in the NFL has more than 5. And we the only team that stands at 3 interceptions because you know why? Because of the zone coverages that we currently employ. They run the rock, passing the rock, and when they pass the rock, you can't get no INT. You can't back the ball down. You can't tip the ball. You can't do nothing. And that is horrible. That's horrible, y'all. And that is so horrible. Just look at the Miami. Like I said, I'm looking at it's the Baltimore Ravens and Miami Dolphins. That's who play. The Miami Dolphins and Baltimore Ravens. These guys got top defenses, good defensive fronts, linebackers, and corners. So this could be an interesting game that I'm about to look at tonight. You know what I'm saying? I just feel I need to make a video on that because I'm just really, really sick and tired of talking about our defense, how bad it is, how pathetic it is, and the pathetic zone coverages that we currently under. I put it this way here, Jonathan Gannon, these other games that we have 8 games. We have 8 games to go, I believe. 7 to 8 games to go. And of those games, 1 game concerns me, and that is the New York Jets. The Eagles currently stand 10-0, 11-0, 12-0, whatever it is. The Eagles are undefeated against the New York Jets. If we lose to the Jets, and I know Jeffrey Lurie knows the all-time winning record against the Jets. I know he knows because he's been the owner going on 3 centuries. I know he knows the record against the New York Jets. I know he knows. And every other NFL team knows, even the New York Jets owners know. If we lose to the New York Jets, you deserve to be fired. You need to be kicked in the ass so hard to a point where your shit come out the other end of your mouth. That's how it needs to be done for you. You are a horrible defensive coordinator. I thought Jim Schwartz was horrible. I thought Jim Schwartz was horrible. I think you take that cake and that cherry from him. You know what I'm saying? He probably sitting back on the couch now laughing his ass off because the fact is he left the defense in better shape before you got here. He knows this. You know what I'm saying? And so for him to lead the defense in better shape, and you are employing this pathetic soft zone coverages, that show that you are a very inexperienced defensive coordinator, and you deserve to be written off or gone with the wind, what they always say when it comes to getting shot or getting your ass kicked. You deserve that. You deserve all the backlash because the offense, we get the offense in top 10. Even offense in top 10, our defense is below 20, and that is bad. I can't recall the Eagle defense ever being 20. I don't think the Eagle defense ain't been 20 probably since the 80s. And what I want to say since the 80s, right before Reggie White, Seth Jordan, and the rest of them guys came along. I think at the last time the Eagles Eagle defense was ranked in the 20s. We're currently in the 20s, and we are about to set records. Like I stated earlier in the video, we're about to set records. And it's bad. It's really, really bad. So to all my YouTubers out there, I'm talking about Philly Notion. I'm talking about let me see, BG31. I'm talking about Philly Girl, Philly Mike, DE90, LB, Eagle Chap 1, Alpha 3.1. I can't forget him. And a lot of my other YouTubers, like, The Gifted, all of my guys out there who are in YouTube land, Eagle content creators, I know y'all know the stats. I know you do. And that's why I have to bring something up, because I know that at this point in time, we are a bad team defensively. And if something don't change between the defense, the players, or the coach, somebody deserves to be fired. Is either Nick Sirianni, because he's the one who brought this bastard here in the first place, or it needs to be Jonathan Gannon, who employing this zone coverage that is so predictable by opposing the offensive coordinators. It's so predictable, and that's bad. That's really, really bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video on a positive note. However, I want to do this. You can subscribe, comment, share, and like. This is your boy, the Green Talons, coming at you. The Eagles need to do a better job defensively if they are going to finally beat a team with a winning record. We currently stand 0-6 against it, and that needs to change. Then coming Sunday against the Broncos in Denver. If it doesn't, somebody needs to be fired after this Broncos game. This is your boy. Peace. And I ain't got no more to say.